Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the World Aquatics Junior Diving Championships in Rijeka 2026. The event we have will be the girls A and B Synchro 3-meter springboard final. In this event there will be 6 execution judges and 5 synchro judges. 3 of the execution judges will judge one of the divers, and the other 3 will judge the other diver. And then obviously the synchro judges will score the overall impression of the whole dive, including the synchro. Well, mainly the synchro. My name is Matty Lee. I'll be your commentator for this competition. I'm a former British diver, Olympic champion in the synchro event, but not on 3-meter, on the 10-meter board. You will see the girls perform 2 required rounds of dives and then 3 optional rounds. Just for some perspective, 2 years ago at this exact event in Rio, the gold medal was won by Ukraine with 278.58. Italy got the silver with 264.78. And listen how close this is. Germany got the bronze medal with 264.48. So it was a very close battle there between the Italians and the Germans. We'll just use that as a bit of a benchmark, but this is a completely different competition. Completely different divers and judges. We're here at the Cantrida diving pool. Bit of a gloomy day today. We were blessed with a good couple of days with sun. We started out the competition with 2 really bad days of weather. So far, so good. No rain yet. But rain doesn't really put off divers, it's more the wind. The wind is where things can become quite dangerous, especially on the springboard. It can literally blow you off the board. We'll be seeing the girls very soon walking out on their parade.
Welcome back to day 5 of the World Aquatics Junior Diving Championship. Springboard. But before that, we are bringing you the girls, the 3-meter synchronized springboard final. Please put your hands together for the finalists.
Let's welcome the girls of the girls A, B Synchro 3-meter springboard. We have Team Colombia, Juliana and Marina, followed by Team Germany, Nina and Louise, followed by Team Hong Kong with Lung Kansin and Chan Singming, followed by the Brazilian team, Elena Brum and Manuela Brum. Sisters competing together. Next up we've got Team Russia, Victoria and Nadezhda. Team USA, Kayla Jensen and Ava Jolly.
Natalia Pivovarska.
But Team Poland, Natalia and Patricia. Team Canada, Lila and Mackenzie. Followed by Team Ukraine, Shezhnia and Yelizaveta. Team Mexico with Leah Cueva-Lobato and Mia Cueva-Lobato, twin sisters. Surely they'll have the upper edge with synchronization, as you can imagine. Here we have the home nation, Croatia, Rijeka and Ria. Followed by Team Taipei, Barbara and Jacqueline Chen. I think another set of twins there. And finally, our last pair, the Australians, Charlie
Rijeka, your girls, 3 meters, springboard synchro finalists.
and Myla. Now we have a little tiny bit of time for the athletes to do their last mental preparations, find out where they're chilling during this event. The finals are always a much quicker event. As an athlete, as a diver, the finals are way more fun and easier to actually compete in. The prelims can be just so long, frustratingly long, but the finals can be nice and quick. See the judges taking their seats for this event. The first divers are already ready. It doesn't look like the judges are taking their seats just yet. They're eager to get the comp going. Don't blame them with those dark clouds in the background.
Please welcome your officials, your referee, Ildiko.
Don't worry though, I'll be on weather watch.
Your assistant referee, Yu Chao Fu. And on the board for you, please welcome your execution judge.
But however, I would actually prefer these sort of conditions when competing in an outdoor pool, because the sun isn't out, it's not blinding you in the eyes. Sometimes when it's blue sky, look at that blue pool, how do you know which way is up and down? It's one of the many challenges divers have to face when they're spinning around in their somersaults. They don't just guess, they don't close their eyes, they are spotting every somersault. And it's quite miraculous how quick our brains can work and our reaction times. We have the referee's whistle just to acknowledge they are ready. Team Colombia, an inward dive pike. Beautiful starting round dive there from the Colombians. As you can see, the synchro was in line. You want to try and mirror your synchro partner to give the illusion there's only one diver present in the air. We have Team Germany. Dive pike. Wow, absolutely fantastic dive from the Germans. It's exactly the start they will want for this competition.
Execution, 7.5, 7.5, 7.
Look at that.
7, 7, 7.
8 to count in the synchro, 7, 7.5 to count for the individual dives.
8, 8. Lunkasi, Chenzumi. Reverse dive pike.
Here we got Team Hong Kong with a reverse dive pike. Nice. You see their hurdle, they were slightly out of time, but it kind of doesn't really matter as long as they land on the end of the board at the same time, take off together, which they did, and go through the water. I'd just like to see maybe a tighter grip entry from both of them.
6.5, 7, 6.5. Synchronization. 7, 6.5, 6.5, 7, 6.5. Elena Broom. Manuela Broom.
Next up, we've got Team Brazil, the Broom sisters. Inward dive pike. They are both 15. So, I'm presuming that means they're twins. Taking off together at the same time, just slight discrepancies as they go into their pike shape and out.
Execution, 6.5, 7, 7.5. 5, 6, 6. Synchronization, 6.5, 6.
They both started diving when they were 9 years old.
Victoria Kazantseva.
Their inspirations are Isaac Souza, very good Brazilian diver, and Ingrid Oliveira, another very good senior Brazilian diver. We have Team Russia, inward dive pike. Beautiful dives. Good balance away from the board. Mirroring each other very well.
7.5, 6.5, 7, 7. Synchronization.
As you can see, one of them adjusting that hose,
7.5.
spraying water under the board. We do that so we can see the surface of the water. Here we have Team USA, inward dive pike. The 2 required rounds, the DD is capped, so they all have a maximum of 4.0 with the 2 dives. Really strong start for the American team. Furthest away diver rolling slightly over.
7.5, 8, 7.
I'd like to see a little bit of a cleaner finish. A great first round dive.
7, 7, 7.5, 7. Natalia Pivovarska. Patricia Kach.
Next up we have Team Poland, inward 1.5 somersault spike. Solid start from the Polish team. Going into their pike shapes at the same time. I'd see a little bit more cleaner on the finish.
7.5, 6.5. 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Synchronization. 7.5, 7.
42 points for them.
7. Lila Stewart. Mackenzie
A very good score
Inward
for your required dives in the synchro would be 50 points, but probably out of reach at this level. senior, that's the sort of score you would be aiming for. We have Team Canada, inward dive pike. Beautiful from the Canadians. Good strong start from both of them.
7.5, 7.5, 7.5. 7, 7.5.
Going through the water at the same time. Look how consistent the scores are. 7.5, 7s, 7.5s. 43.20. We have Team Ukraine with a back dive pike. Really fabulous dive from the Ukrainians. Maybe slightly out of line on the entries.
6, 7.5, 6.5. Synchronization. 7.5, 7, 8, 8, 7.5.
43.80. It's a little bit down there from the current leaders, which is Team Germany, with 46.20 points. We have Team Mexico. So many twins in this event. Back dive pike. Wow. Both sisters there showing great control, precision.
Execution. 7.5, 7.5, 7.5.
Beautiful dives from both.
7.5, 7.5, 7. Synchronization.
Started diving when they were 7 years old.
8, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. Lucia Ferretti.
Team Croatia
Inward dive pike.
with an inward dive pike. Not the best executed dives. Going through the water in a pike position.
6, 6.5, 6.
But the synchro was good. One experience to be able to compete at home championships.
7, 7.
Oof, there's some grey clouds in the background. Here we have the Chen sisters. Inward dive pike. Really impressed with that. Some of the better dives I've seen from them both.
Execution. 6.5, 7.
Good entries.
7. 6, 6, 7.
Helps being so small, being able to go through the water as clean as possible.
7, 7.5, 7.
Next up, we've got Team Australia. Final divers of the first round. We have an inward dive pike. Solid dive from both girls. Look at the timing. A little bit short there from Charlie Brown.
6, 6, 6. Synchronization. 8, 7.5, 7.5.
It's the end of the first round. Let's have a look at the leaderboard.
And that brings us to the end of
We have the Mexicans in the lead with 48.60. It's a very strong score. 13 divers in total. See, these two first rounds give the divers an opportunity to perform easier dives and sometimes being able to get a little bit of a lead on the rest of the field. But you've got to follow it with another 3 rounds of optional dives. And you know, consistency is key in diving. We have Team Colombia, Juliana and Norina, with a back 1.5 somersaults with half a twist. Great timing off the end of the board, forming that half twist together, going through the water. A little bit splashy from both girls on the entries. Next up we got Team Germany, Nina and Louisa. Wow. Wonderful dive from the Germans. Great height out of the board, almost reaching that 5 meter point. Clean entries. They're looking very strong.
Execution, 6.5, 6.5, 6, 7, 7.5, 6.5. Synchronization, 7, 7, 7.5, 7.5, 8. Look out, 6. Gently forward.
Yeah, Team Hong Kong.
So one twist, reposition.
Ming and Sin. Forward 1.5 somersaults, 1 twist. Nearest diver there getting a bit wobbly in her twist. Made me a little bit nervous. When you're twisting, you want to be in a straight line with your body. If you become a little bit bent or hinged at the hips, you can almost throw off your twist. And things can go terribly wrong in the air. Here we have Team Brazil, the Broom sisters, Helena and Manuela. Back 1.5 somersaults, a half twist. Good effort from, oh, that's not the right replay. Good effort though from the Brazilian twins.
Execution, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. 6, 6.5, 6. Synchronization,
Bumping into each other there.
6.5, 7.5.
Must be quite interesting competing alongside your sister.
Victoria Kazantseva, Nadezhda Trifonova, forward dive pack.
Team Russia, Victoria and Nadezhda. Forward dive pike. As you see, furthest away diver getting almost taken off a little bit too quick there for a forward dive pike. Too much rotation, had to come out of it really early to slow it down. So that's why the points are a bit low on the synchronization. Team USA, Kayla and Ava, forward dive pike. Really well executed dive from the American pair. Riding the board really well. Good high jump. 44.40, it's a solid score. That'll definitely help their campaign towards the medals. Team Poland, Patricia and Natalia. Forward 1.5 somersaults, 1 twist. See both divers there being so careful on the springboard, really being gentle with it, not wanting to make any mistakes.
Execution. 5, 5.5, 5.5.
Both divers could clean up their entries.
6.5. Synchronization. 6.5, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Lila Stewart. Mackenzie van Hout.
Next up we have Lila and Mackenzie from Team Canada, forward dive pike. Wow. The confidence on that hurdle from both of them. That's the difficult thing with synchro. One diver can do a great dive, but you also need your single partner to do a great dive, and that's what we just saw right there. 2 consistent dives from the girls. 47.40, that's a solid score. Total score of 90.6 for their required rounds. I think they'll be very happy with that. Team Ukraine. Forward 1.5 somersaults pike. See a slight difference in height being produced out of the springboard. One diver choosing to throw up and over, and then the other a little bit down. You don't really know how your synchro partner's done until you kind of go in the water, and sometimes you can feel the water if it's a really bad dive and you've done a good dive and it's like really wavy. It's like, oh no, what have they done? I haven't seen anything like that though, as of yet. I think Tom probably experienced that with me quite a few times. Him doing a good dive, me not. Team Mexico, reverse dive pike. Wow. You see, furthest away diver landing very much on the left-hand side of the springboard, doing an incredible job to hold on, not fall off. Really impressed with how she kept her calm there. Still executing a great dive. Not quite the score they would have wanted though. Moving on to Team Croatia. Rijeka and Ria. Back 1.5 somersaults half twist. Not much wrong with the synchro there. Maybe both skipping into the half twist a little bit too soon. You kind of want to let your takeoff happen and your legs leave the board until you start twisting. That takes years of practice. A bit of a missed entry. I know I'm going on about the entries a lot, but they are really important in diving because it is the last impression. But we're meant to be watching, and the judges are meant to be also judging the whole dive, which they are, and they're doing. Team Chen, same dive, back 1.5 somersaults half twist. Beautiful synchro. I like them to use the board a little bit more to gain a bit of height out of the springboard. That's what it's there for. Sometimes you see the divers, they're moving a wheel. That's called the fulcrum. The further back it is, the springier the board. Further forward, the tighter the board. Team Australia. Forward 1.5 somersaults pike. Charlie and Mila. See much nicer entries from the Australian pair. As you see, a little bit out of time on the synchro, on the takeoff and into the shapes.
6.5, 6.5, 6. 6.5, 6, 6. Synchronization. 6, 5.5, 5.5, 6.
Let's have a look at the standings after the second round of dives. Before we move on to the optional rounds, we have Layla and Mackenzie in the number 1 position, followed by the twin sisters of Mexico in the silver and the German pair in the bronze, followed very closely behind Team USA. As the dives now get a little bit harder, we're going to see some gaps being created. Team Colombia forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Synchro lacking when the divers are out of time, especially in the pike shape. It kind of creates a helicopter motion. That's why we're seeing the 5s from many of the judges.
6, 5, 5, 5, 5. Nina Berger, Henny Louise Mayer. Back 2.5 somersaults.
Nina and Henny. Team Germany back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Solid back 2.5 tuck from the furthest away diver. Really nice entry, a little bit splashy from the nearest one. Henny trains in Dresden.
4.5, 6.5, 6.5.
And Nina trains in Aachen.
6, 6.5, 6.5,
We
7.5.
ideally want to be training in the same facility as much as possible. I'm sure they travel to each other to gain as much experience together. We have Team Hong Kong forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Fantastic dives, really nice synchro. I'd like to see a little bit more commitment on the entries.
5, 6, 5.5, 6.5, 6.5, 7.
Smiles to the camera, to their families and friends watching at home. It's nice to see their personalities come out after a dive. Team Brazil forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Strong first optional round for the Brazilians. Nice synchro. Slight differences there. Ooh, tripping over someone else's chamois. Sometimes as divers, when you're at the bottom there, you sometimes have a chamois land on your head. I've had that happen to me when the camera's on me. Depending on how well my competition's going, if I'm in a bad mood, you won't see a good reaction. We have Team Russia, Victoria and Nadezhda forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. 3.0 degree of difficulty. Ooh, bit of a shaky hurdle there. The nearest diver landing on the very left side of the board, meaning they were out of alignment from each other.
Synchronization. 5.5, 5.5. 6, 6, 6.5.
The 2 highest and 2 lowest judging scores will be scratched, and then the median average left behind will be added together and times by the degree of difficulty. So in these in the optional rounds, it's important to have a high degree of difficulty to get as many points as possible on the scoreboard. Team USA. Forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. Just ever so slightly out of time there. Comes quite obvious, especially on a full out. And the divers come out of their pike shapes into their twist at different times. Judges will see that and penalise. Team Poland. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Beautiful dives from the Polish pair. Just about in time together, going through the water. I always much prefer doing synchro over individual. Diving is an individual sport, but in the synchro, obviously, you're in a pair, you're in a team, and you've got your partner to keep you entertained during the competition. All the pressure's not just on yourself. It's split between Team Canada. With it back 2.5 somersaults tuck. I believe that was Mackenzie, the nearest diver, going over a vertical. In the synchro event, obviously you want to try and produce the best dive you possibly can, but also be in time with your partner. There's more to think about. Team Ukraine, Chechnya and Yelisaveta for 2.5 somersaults. 1 twist. Really nice individual dives. Had my first voice break there. Going through the water, quite clean. Synchronization needs a little bit of work. You have the Mexican twins in with 2.5 somersaults pike. They were ranked 2 after the first 2 rounds. See if they can progress that position. Wow. Phenomenal dives from both girls. You might think, oh, that's a little bit close, but on that dive you kind of need to be a little bit close. There's a sweet spot in diving. And if you're not used to watching it, you might be flinching, but that is needed, especially on in with 2.5 somersaults pike, to get the rotation and speed. Team Croatia in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. Home advantage. I'd like to see both divers attacking the dive a little bit more with a nice positive throw over the board. to get the rotation speed to help you make the dive easier.
5, 6, 5.5. Barbara chair, Jacqueline chair.
See, they're both struggling.
2.5 somersaults, pike.
Landing short of vertical. The Chen sisters. Forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Really positive hurdles from both. Nice synchro. Again, both divers rolling slightly over. Back in the day when the judging system was slightly different, even if you both did a really bad dive but you both went really far over or really short, you would still get really high marks in the synchro. But it's changed. They have to also add in the overall impression. We have Team Australia. About 2.5 somersaults tuck. Myla trains in Queensland and Charlie trains in Brisbane. Oof. Really like Charlie's dive there, the furthest one away. Going through the water clean, just a little bit over. Myla, almost the water coming a little bit too early. She wasn't ready for it. It's the end of round 5. Mexicans are in the lead with 154.20, followed by Ukraine and then Germany. From the 3rd position to the 4th position, held, oh no, sorry, the Germans and the Americans are on the exact same score so far. If they were to end on that, they would share the bronze medal. Back in the day, there used to be a thing called the dive-off, if that ever happened. I don't think it happened at all competitions, but that's where the divers would have to do another dive and see whose dives better. We have Team Colombia there with an inward 2.5 somersaults tuck.
Execution 6, 7, 6.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5.
49.41.
6.5, 6, 6, 7, 6.
Not the most strongest overall score there for an optional round.
Maynard, reverse 2.5 somersaults.
We have Team Germany, who are currently obviously in that 3rd position spot, shared with the Ukrainians. Can they pull away? Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. Hesitation on the takeoff. Out of time in the spin speeds.
Execution 5, 4.5, 4.5. 6, 6, 7.
Not quite the dive they were after.
6, 5.
Not the score they would have wanted.
6. Long casting.
We'll have to wait and see what the Ukrainians have to say about that. Team Hong Kong in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. See the shrimp in the background there, the mascot of this event, having a little boogie. Hopefully it's not off-putting. Out of time again on the takeoff. Both struggling to get those clean entries, as you see, sticking their tongue out, smiling nonetheless.
Synchronization. 5, 5.5, 5, 5.5, 5. Elena Bruin, Manuela Bruin. Inward 2.5 somersaults with top.
Team Brazil. Broom twins in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. There we see one landing upright and the other going quite far over. She needs to have her chin up on the takeoff, which would help on the finish of the dive, allowing you to be more in control of the rotation speeds. Have Team Russia slightly drop down the leaderboard a bit. Currently sat in the 6th position from the last round. Back 2.5 somersaults pike, 3.0 degree of difficulty. If done well, they should propel up the leaderboard. Wow. Fabulous dive there from the Russians. Showing their strength and commitment to the end. 63.90. That'll definitely help their campaign to get on the podium. The Americans. Lots of friends and family in the stands cheering on the girls. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. That's more like it from the American pair. Good synchro, a little bit out of line on the balance, but both individually good dives. 54.60. They've now fallen behind the Russians. Team Poland with a forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Good effort on the synchro. Nearest diver running out of room. Not quite getting the rotation speed she would have wanted. She knows it. We have Lila and Mackenzie. Forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. They're going to need a good solid dive here to try and put in a fight for those medals. It's good. Will it be enough? Obviously there's still one more round left. 58.50, 196. Not quite getting ahead of the Russians. Getting ahead of the Americans. We have Team Ukraine, Szczesnia and Yelisaveta in with 2.5 somersaults tuck. They were previously in rank 2, silver position. Slightly lower on the degree of difficulty, so to expect a better dive because it's easier. It's nice. Is it nice enough? 55 points. Definitely lost that second place so far, going behind the Russians and Canadians. We have the current leaders, Team Mexico, forward 3.5 somersaults pike, 3.1 degree of difficulty. If performed well, should see some high marks, high scores. It's very good. The nearest sister there, executing a bit much better dive, finishing a little bit earlier, having more time to get her hands on the water. 59.52. They do go ahead of the field currently. By 14 points. That's a good solid lead over the Russians. That's exactly what they want going into the final round. Team Croatia. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Oh. Nice individual dive from the nearest diver, but furthest away diver not quite getting the rotation speeds. Her head is out on the takeoff, which means harder to control, losing a spot coming out of the dive too early. You'll definitely want to put that dive behind them and try end on a very confident, good last dive. Here we have the Chen sisters, Chen twins, in fact. Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. Good synchro, but one diver obviously landing vertically upright and the other going short. They've had a busy competition already so far, as many of these other girls have, competing in the 3-meter individual and the platform synchro. Here we have Team Australia. Reverse 2.5 somersaults tuck. Ooh. See Myla there, landing very far over the end of the board, but she did a really good job there to not lose too much of the dive. Edwin Yonyans. Here are the results after the round 4. We've only got one more round to go. The Mexicans have a nice steady lead of 14 points ahead of the Russians. But it's still very close down to the 5th position, held by the Americans. I think it's going to be a real fierce battle for the bronze medal position. But the top 3 still need to perform a very good dive if they want to keep their positions on the podium. Time will tell very soon. Final round of dives. Team Colombia back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Much more positive end to their competition. Really like the nearest diver's execution there. Ending on a score of 219.57. Here we have Team Germany. They're going to need a good one in between us. Some sorts tuck a little bit down in the DD if they want to try and fight for that bronze medal position. Solid synchronization. Bit of a miss
Execution.
for the nearest diver.
6-5. 6.5, 6.5, 6.5.
Going over a vertical.
7-7, 6.5. 7.
I think that will be enough. But it's
Look,
up to the other divers
Straight to me. Back 2.5.
now. We have Team Hong Kong. Back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Quite a big miss for the furthest away diver. Missing her spot, coming out of the dive way too early. But they're both smiling, waving to us at home. Well, I'm not at home, but I'm sure my family watching. Congratulations to the Hong Kong pair. Here we have Team Brazil. Helena, Emanuela, Brum, twin sisters, back 2.5 somersaults tuck. Quite a big miss from the Brazilians. One going over, one going very short. Not the way they wanted to finish that competition.
3.5, 3.5, 3.3. Synchronization. 3.5, 2.5, 4.5, 5.5, 4.5. Victoria Kazantseva.
Moving on to Victoria and Nadezhda from Russia. They were in the silver medal position at the end of the last round. Can they hold that? But also, can they put pressure on the Mexicans? In with 2.5 somersaults tuck, slightly easier dive there. So, needs to really execute it very well. And they absolutely do. Wonderful dive. Ever so slightly out of sync on the spin speeds. 59.13. It's not the highest scoring dive, but 7, 7, 7.5. Will it be enough? We will see. Here we have Team USA in with 2.5 somersaults pike. They need 64.83 to go ahead of the Russians. It's definitely doable. Oof. It's good synchro. Both a little bit splashy on the entries. I don't think it will be enough. Yep. It's definitely not enough. 53 points. Good effort though from the American pair. Team Poland, Natalia and Patricia. In with 2.5 somersaults tuck. See the furthest away diver kind of cancelling out her jump from the board by throwing down. 47.79, ending on a 214.95. Not enough for the medals, but Good effort. Well done, Poland. Here we have the Canadians, Lila and Mackenzie, performing an inward 2.5 somersaults tuck. They need 61 points to get ahead of the Russians, and 50 points to get ahead of the USA. It's good. Will it be good enough? Beautiful form in their tuck shapes. It's definitely enough to get ahead of the Americans, not enough to get ahead of the Russians. Obviously we still have the Mexicans and Ukrainians to go. We're in a good chance for the medals. Here we have Team Ukraine, back 2.5 somersaults tuck. They need 63.75 to get the lead. Definitely not enough to get ahead of the Russians. The Canadians were only 1.71 behind the Russians. I don't think it's enough either to get ahead of them. Yeah, they'll be placed in rank 3, 250 points. But of course we still have the Mexicans to go, who are our current leaders from the last round. Leah Cueva-Lobato and Mia Cueva-Lobato. They need 44 points to go in the lead. Very achievable for the pair. Wow, absolutely fabulous dive from the Mexicans. So impressed with their diving. Really consistent. Definitely the strongest pair in this event, in my opinion. We'll see them shoot up to rank number 1 with 283 points. That would have also won gold in the Junior World Championships back in 2024 in Rio. That gold medal was won by Ukraine last time with 278. Here we have the home nation, Team Croatia. Forward 2.5 somersaults pike. Ending on one of their better dives there. Not quite the same level as some of the field. But great experience for the girls. Well done. Moving on to Barbara and Jacqueline Chen with an inward 2.5 somersaults tuck. Solid end to their campaign here. Really good synchro. That twin telepathy helping. Representing their country at the highest level for their age. So much experience gained. Nothing lost ever from competing. Remember, you always learn more from the failures. I don't like using that word because it's a bit harsh, but it's true. I've failed many times in my career. Here we have our final divers, Team Australia. Charlie and Mila. In between our somersaults tuck. Both managing to keep those splashes down. Charlie there with the better dive out of the two. Ending on 222 points. Finishing in 7th. You know, 7th in the world. in your age group is a very impressive achievement. Definitely have bragging rights when you get home. Here we have our results. Wanted to congratulate all competitors that took part, and huge congratulations to Leah and Mia Cueva-Lobato, the twins from Mexico. Showed great experience and confidence during that event. Followed by the Russian pair, taking the silver medal, Victoria and Nadezhda. And the third place, the bronze medal position, going to Canada. Lila and Mackenzie, smiling, love hearts, absolutely. The girls look like they really enjoyed that competition. Happy days for all three pairs. The junior world medal is such an achievement, something I never got to achieve myself. Congratulations, Lila Stewart and Mackenzie Van Houten, for the bronze medal. Well deserved. And they also get the mascot, which is a shrimp. The silver medalists. They just announced the wrong name. Victoria Kazateva and Nadezhda Trivanova from Russia. Congratulations. Silver medalists of this event, congratulations, well deserved. There's the famous shrimp. Divers collect many of them throughout their career when they win medals. I don't know where half of mine are. I think they're at my mum's house. And here we have our champions of the girls A-B Synchro 3-meter springboard final. Mia and Leah Cueva-Lobato, crowned champions. Beautiful gold medal placed around their necks. Great pride. I'm sure many fans and family and friends at home in Mexico are very happy and are going to celebrate that gold medal. Congratulations to all that took part. Our next competition will be the boys A 1-meter final, and I will see you there.